The crystalline chambers of the Galactic Defense Council hummed with subdued whispers as Ambassador Zethkar of the Vortani Empire rose from his seat. His 4 eyes gleamed with satisfaction as he addressed the assembly of 12 species that governed military strategy across 3 spiral arms. Esteemed colleagues, his voice resonated through the translation matrix. After extensive review of humanity's military records, the conclusion is undeniable. These humans lack the fundamental requirements for galactic warfare. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. General Scrix of the Arthropod Collective clicked his mandibles approvingly. Their reaction times are pitiful. My soldiers process combat data 47 times faster than any human neural network. Indeed, added Commander Thiss of the Silicon Brotherhood, her mechanical voice precise and cold. Their biological limitations are severe. No enhanced armor plating, no natural weapons, no electromagnetic pulse capabilities. They are soft, slow, and remarkably fragile. Ambassador Chen Wei-Ming sat motionless in the human delegation's corner, his weathered face betraying nothing as the criticism continued. Behind him, General Sarah Martinez and Admiral David Okafor remained equally silent, their military decorations catching the artificial light of the chamber. Furthermore, Zethkar continued, humans demonstrate an alarming tendency toward what they call improvisation and creativity in combat situations. Such unpredictable behavior compromises standard tactical algorithms and battlefield coordination protocols. The Etherian representative, a being of pure energy contained within a force field, pulsed with amusement. They actually encourage their soldiers to think independently during combat. How primitive. General Scrix accessed his combat database through neural link. In our most recent simulations, human military doctrine achieved a 12.7% success rate against standard galactic defense forces. Utterly inadequate for membership in the Council's military arm. Ambassador Chen finally stood, his movement causing a momentary hush. With respect, honored representatives, perhaps your simulations are incomplete. Incomplete? Zethkar's voice carried obvious disdain. Our wargaming systems have predicted victory in 17 major conflicts across the past 2 centuries with 97.3% accuracy. I don't dispute your accuracy, Chen replied calmly. I merely suggest that your parameters may be limited. Commander Thies processed this statement for exactly 0.003 seconds. Elaborate. May I present a practical demonstration? The chamber fell silent. Military demonstrations were rare in the Council, typically reserved for unveiling new technologies or tactics from the most advanced civilizations. Zethkar consulted with his delegation through encrypted thought transmission before responding. Very well. The Vortani Empire offers the use of Outpost Delta 7 for your demonstration. A fully fortified military installation defended by a mixed battalion of Council forces. Your humans may attempt to capture it using whatever primitive methods you possess. Admiral Okafor smiled for the first time since entering the chamber. 3 days later, the Council's military observers gathered in the command center orbiting Delta 7. The outpost bristled with energy shields, automated defenses, and 500 of the galaxy's most elite soldiers, representing 6 different species. Human forces detected, announced the tactical AI. Single transport vessel approaching. Estimated complement, 47 personnel. General Scrix's mandibles clicked with amusement. 47 humans against 500 Council elites? This will be over in minutes. The human transport ship, unremarkable by galactic standards, approached the heavily fortified moon that housed Delta 7. Instead of the expected frontal assault or sophisticated technological infiltration, the ship simply landed in full view of the outpost's defenses. Curious, mused Commander Thiss. They appear to be surrendering. Wait, Zethkar leaned forward. They're talking to our perimeter guards. The observation screen showed human soldiers casually approaching Vortani sentries, hands raised but expressions relaxed. They were speaking, gesturing, even sharing what appeared to be small packages. Within an hour, something unprecedented occurred. Vortani guards were laughing. Actual, genuine laughter, an emotion their species rarely displayed in military contexts. This is highly irregular. The Etherian representative pulsed with confusion. What are they doing? General Martinez's voice came through the communication array from the surface. We're showing them pictures of our families, sharing stories. That Fortani corporal has 3 younglings he hasn't seen in 2 years. The arthropod lieutenant collects musical compositions from across the galaxy. Apparently, he's quite talented. By the 4th hour, human soldiers were inside the perimeter, still carrying weapons but using them to demonstrate Earth martial arts to fascinated galactic troops. A small group had started an impromptu cooking demonstration using military rations. What is happening? Zethkar's composure finally cracked. We call it winning hearts and minds, Admiral Okafor explained from the observation deck, having somehow arrived without anyone noticing. Your soldiers are the same as ours, fundamentally. They're far from home, following orders, trying to survive. They have hopes, fears, people they love. When you acknowledge that shared experience, the tactical display showed an impossible sight. The outpost's blast doors opening from the inside. Council soldiers were escorting humans through defensive positions, explaining weaknesses, sharing access codes. This is not war, General Scrix protested. This is how humans fight when the stakes matter, General Martinez interjected, materializing beside Admiral Okafor. We don't just defeat enemies. We transform them into allies, often without firing a shot. Commander Theiss processed frantically. But the tactical algorithms, the combat effectiveness ratings, your algorithms assume war is about destruction, Chen explained quietly. Humans learned long ago that true victory often means finding a way to avoid war entirely, or ending it so decisively that it never needs to be fought again. The final report stunned the Council. Not only had the humans captured Delta 7, but recruitment applications from Council soldiers had increased by 340% within 24 hours. Morale across all galactic military installations reached record highs as news of the demonstration spread. 2 weeks later, Ambassador Chen stood before the same crystalline chambers, but the atmosphere had transformed completely. The Galactic Defense Council hereby extends full military membership to humanity, Zethkar announced, his voice carrying newfound respect. Furthermore, we request immediate consultation on revising our military doctrine and training protocols. General Scrix clicked his mandibles in what humans had learned was embarrassment. Perhaps there is more to warfare than we calculated. As the human delegation prepared to leave, Commander Theiss approached Chen privately. Your species fights unlike any other we have encountered. How do you maintain such effectiveness while seemingly ignoring fundamental military principles? Chen smiled, the same expression that had puzzled aliens for months. Commander, we learned something important in our earliest conflicts. The most powerful weapon in the universe isn't technology or superior firepower. It's the ability to see your enemy as another being capable of change, growth, and choice. When you fight the idea instead of the person, you discover that most people, regardless of species, would rather create than destroy. As humanity's first galactic military advisors took their positions throughout Council space, a quiet revolution began. Win rates increased dramatically, but more importantly, conflicts decreased. Entire sectors that had experienced constant warfare for centuries found themselves negotiating treaties. The Council had expected humans to learn galactic warfare. Instead, the galaxy learned to fight like humans, and in doing so, they discovered they needed to fight far less often.